Chapter 8. Free to Dance. 2 Corinthians 3, verse 17 says, "Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom." She is holding a ballerina's pose over a deep, dark cavern, balancing on the toes of her right foot. Her balance beam is the finger of God. The look on her face is not one of fear, but of peace and joy. Her eyes are gazing upward, locked on the eyes of the One who is big, the One who has the whole world in his hands, the One whom nothing is impossible for him. She puts her trust in him. It is Jesus. This scene is one that I am gazing at in this moment. It is from a painting that a friend of mine was inspired to show me. It immediately spoke to me. I know that it is God who is speaking to me. He has been telling me to dance for some time now. 3 years ago, a woman spoke these words to me. She said, "I see you dancing before the Lord in the throne room, and there are angels dancing with you. God wants you to dance on your journey." At that time, I had never seen or heard of a person dancing with or for the Lord. I hadn't even read the biblical story of how King David danced before the Lord. But today, as I ask God to lead me and tell him that I will follow, he leads my steps in a dance. Several months back, when something devastating happened concerning one of my children, I found myself sobbing on my kitchen floor. As my face sat in a puddle of my tears, God dropped a picture into my mind. I saw a scene where I was dancing in my living room. This vision caused me to get up from the floor, put on some worship music, and dance. As I aligned my spirit with the spirit of praise and worship that flowed from my stereo system, my cares melted away. I felt empowered in my spirit, and that the devil was under my feet. It was like I was dancing on the devil's head. Jesus, my God, won the victory for me and my son. The devil is a defeated foe. This makes me want to dance. When I think back on all the chains that God has broken off of me, chains from sexual abuse, neglect, abandonment, drugs, mental illness, 4 miscarriages, divorce, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, when I think of how God has set me free from sin, sickness, and darkness, it makes me want to dance. When God brought me through a nervous breakdown where I spent the better part of a year in bed, when I knew that he brought me out of the darkness and into the light, I sang a new song. Quote, "You turned my mourning into dancing. You took off my sackcloth and clothed me with joy, that my heart may sing praise to you without ceasing. Lord, my God, I will praise you forever." These words spoke to my heart, so I asked God to give them to me in a song which I sing every day. 21 years later. When I worship my God on a Sunday morning at church or in the living room of my home, and I think on all that he has done for me, it makes me want to jump up and down, hoot and holler, and twirl around and around. The joy of the Lord that fills my heart cannot be contained. It just has to bust out in a dance. I think that this is how King David felt when he was bringing the ark of God into the city of David, where it would be close to him. Quote, David went to bring up the ark of God with rejoicing. David was dancing before the Lord with all his might. And when she, David's wife Michal, saw King David leaping and dancing before the Lord, she despised him in her heart. David said to Michal, I will celebrate before the Lord. I will become even more undignified than this, and I will be humiliated in my own eyes. And Michal, daughter of Saul, had no children to the day of her death. In this account, we learn that David was not wrong to dance before the Lord, but Michal was the one who was wrong in her thinking. We also learn that David did not care how foolish he looked in the eyes of others. His only care was to express his feelings of joy toward God. This makes me think of the days when I used to sit and watch the Price is Right game show on television. I remember a particular episode of a contestant who just won a game. What stands out in my mind is the reaction of the large, macho-looking contestant who heard Bob Barker shout, "You have won a new car!" The macho man began to dance all over the stage. I'm quite certain that an hour before he couldn't have imagined himself dancing on a stage in front of a viewer audience of 1 million. The man didn't think of how it might look or what others might think. He just reacted to his emotions that just couldn't be contained. What I believe that God is saying to me is, lock eyes with me. Take me by the hand and let me lead your steps in a dance. I will dance you out of your pain. I will dance you out of your depression. I will dance you out of your poverty. I will dance you into your victory. We will dance together on your journey. We will laugh and have fun together. I will twirl you and sing a song over you. Just lose yourself in me, and the troubles of this world will melt away. I want to dare others to dance. Dance whether you feel like it or not. Dance when you are happy and are filled with gratefulness toward our amazing God. Dance when you lose your job or your teen loses his way. Dare to dance in the aisle of your church. Dare to dance in a prayer meeting, in your living room, or in your bedroom. Dance into your freedom. As you dance, the chains of the enemy will fall right off. Anxiety and worry will fall off. Depression and negative thoughts will fall off. Insomnia and PTSD will fall off. There won't be any room for them because the joy of the Lord will fill you. His peace that surpasses understanding will fill you, and your soul will rest in the fact that He's got you in the palm of His hand.